measures the oxygen in the muscles. So it's good for like warm-ups, good for, it's basically the same thing as heart rate monitor, but it measures the oxygen in the muscles. So like for an example, if we're doing, you know, rowing for an example, like how the muscles respond to different training.
So you can then connect the one as well. Well, it depends a little bit as to what we're doing. So now we're warming up, so we don't necessarily want to see it go red as he's doing right now. So the idea would be that means that he's going a little too fast right now to be warming up. We want the oxygenation to increase, not to decrease during the warm-up. Okay, so it's a little bit of guidance, a little bit of biofeedback, basically saying, hey, start your warm-up a little bit easier than what you're going right now.
I think it kind of depends on what level you are. Like for me, for an example, I need to have a coach. I need to have someone that does my programming. Well, first and foremost, I have no clue how to do programming for myself. You know, I would probably just do the stuff that I'm good at, right? And you know, even though I wouldn't be thinking about it, I would just still probably do it. I've also just been following the same program since 2012. Yami is my first and only coach. So I have no clue about like what other people are doing. It just worked, and I've never been off the plan, basically. I mean, I trust him, like 100%. Like he has shown me a good program. I have been delivering results. So there's no issues there's no trust issues between me and Yami. So I think it's crucial. You have to have it.
3, 2, 1, go!
In a row, 32-meter carry, 70 kilo ball, 16 calories on the assault bike, and 8 burpees over that thing. 5 rounds. 2-minute recovery on this between rounds.
Really good. That was the fastest one, 3:17. Easy 2 minutes now on the bike.
Like that after, what's the peak at something like this?
We'll see afterwards. 189 to 190, low 190, somewhere in there.
I'm saying.
Every time, and how do you set your warm up?
Right, so it depends a little bit on the session type, but for anything that has a conditioning component like this, normally kind of take our time to do 12 to 20 minutes of just progressively harder intensity movement on the machines. Before that, normally some mobility work, just active dynamic mobility, range of motion stuff, and then start to move into more workout specific warm-up from that. And normally, there's an intent behind every session, so that it's not necessarily always, okay, did you get the fastest time? but did we get to challenge Björgvin the way that he needs to be challenged? So for example, in this piece, the key is not to go super hard on the ski, but to transition straight on the handstand push-ups and push through the handstand push-ups and broken each time. So that's the task. It's not necessarily to get the fastest time. So it's, yes, there's expectations, but they're not always related to the outcome at the end, what the time was, but they're more related to the process that, okay, what do we need to do to get better? It's the approach. I mean, of course, you can be happy or disappointed with the outcome, but you can't really control what other people do in a competition especially. So you have to go, did you put in the best effort you could? Were there any mistakes that we made as a team in terms of choosing the strategy, for example? And you know, both from my end and then from the athlete's end, it's like, how do they feel that it went and how do I think it went? And sometimes they're exactly the same, and sometimes, you know, that perception is a little bit different. That's 2. And touch. Maybe touch higher on the beam, just to make it so that you'd have to take one more pull.
Yeah. Maybe just try the touch on top of it. Maybe you could do that.
Can you show me one? Yeah.
I hear that. The thing is that we need to close the gap. Obviously, we need to close the gap to, well, to make it to the podium at the games. You know, we need to close the gap between Fraser, Wellner, Fikowski, and the guys that were above me at last year's games and the year before that as well. Could maybe have gone faster, like 5 seconds or so. Then it didn't feel like a total max, but
yeah.
Still, you kind of want to get it.
Is that like that hands-on time? Is that very important?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't have to be that all the time, but it's like good to get here every now and then. You know, he'll check the body, check how everything's feeling, like how we're doing regarding strength and conditioning, and like what needs to be done for the rest of the season. It was kind of a strange competition because I came into that competition with the games ticket. So I was relaxed, I felt good. There was there was of course another Icelandic guy that's really good, so I needed to keep him behind me. I didn't want to lose the throne of Iceland, if you know what I mean. But I was still just relaxed and I felt good coming into the competition, and I would like to learn that and like bring that with me to the games as well. I think so, yeah. I think it's the best season. Like I think about this after each season. Like in 15, I was like, damn, how am I going to like do better than this? You know, finishing on the podium. And then I feel like, you know, 16 was good, 17 as well. Like I won the regionals both years. But still, like, it seems to me that I'm still progressing, still getting better, and that's probably what drives me. What I lack the most is probably the pacing on the machines, like row, ski, bike. That's something that I have been working on, but it kind of needs to step up a little bit more, and I know about that. Last year, you know, I was more thinking about what's the events, because my knee can't handle everything. You know what I mean? But now I feel 100%. I'm ready for whatever. So of course I feel better now because there's nothing that's distracting me. So the body is good, so I'm coming there to, you know, do some damage, for sure.
Honestly, how far ahead is Fraser?
He's further ahead than Wellner and Fikowski. That's it.
Short and simple, what's the goal of the games?
Make it back on the podium, like 100%. That's my goal, is to get back on that podium.